Hey guys, what's going on? So today's video is all about the Armada, what you should be doing in there every day, your responsibilities as a member or as a master. I feel like I have a pretty good understanding about everything that's going on here now, so I decided to go over it because it can be a little bit overwhelming at first. You are seeing everything from a guild master's perspective, so I'm not sure how different it is for a member since I've never been one, so just keep that in mind. So first, really quick, we're going to talk about funds and fame, what these numbers mean, what they mean when you're looking at the members, seeing what they have contributed. So we're going to go over fame first because it's very simple. This is the amount of stamina you are using. 1 stamina equals 1 fame. So if you do a stage that costs 20 stamina, you are contributing 20 fame for the Armada you are in. It's that simple. Funds are a little bit more complicated since you get them from pretty much everything you are doing in the guild, but we're going to be going over that when we're talking about all the different hubs and all of that stuff. Funds are used to build and upgrade new hubs. For example, we can go here and hit create. We've built all the hubs we can currently build for our current level of our Armada, but we could still upgrade, like the communication hub, for example, that costs 6,200 funds. We're not going to do that now because that just raises the fame cap, which we have enough of right now. Here we have the communication hub. You really don't need to care about this. This just shows all the members in the Armada. So this is more for guild masters, I guess. One thing that I do want to point out, which is quite frustrating, is that the weekly funds and weekly fame contributed numbers are very misleading. Because you can see here, I have weekly funds contributed 162, but when I go into my information, I actually have 1,628. So as you can see, when I'm looking at all the members, sometimes the 4th digit will be cut off, and that can be very annoying. So hopefully they can get that fixed. I sort of tried to send a message, like a bug report for this, but the submit button for the bug report doesn't work, which is very ironic. So if anyone from the Honkai Impact 3 development team sees this, please do something about that because it's quite frustrating to guess if someone actually has 160 or if it's just cut off and they actually have 1,600. And while I am playing on an emulator, I did look at the guild with a normal phone as well, and the numbers are still cut off. So sorry about that little tangent there. So that's the communication hub. So these 4 boxes in the center we're focusing on now are the important ones for members. Let's start with the warehouse because this is the simplest to understand. Here, people are asking for items, and you can ask for items as well. I'm asking for a Witness of Black Sun just for demonstration purposes, even though I don't, I guess, really want those. So as you can see, we have some people requesting some Moon Wills, some Ocean Wills. Their requests usually don't get fulfilled, especially because this is still a pretty new server, and we can only get this type of stuff once a week. So for the most part, you're going to be out of luck if you're requesting these because we're not just overflowing with them right now. So when you don't have a request, you just hit the plus button, and you can scroll through most of the different items in the game. Nothing too rare though, just up to 2-star weapons and some materials here. But for example, if I'm like in my base and I'm missing some titanium barrels to get the last upgrade, I could post that and someone could donate that to me. If you get tired of waiting, you can cancel and all fees will be returned, which is a point you need to take note of as well. For the titanium barrel, for example, you need 4,800 coins and 3 Armada seals. You get these by doing Armada stuff. The guild seals though are quite valuable and you can get some pretty good stuff out of the shop for it. When you collect 400, you can buy a supply card, so you can pull a supply once a month. And there are also some pretty good things to buy in here as well. In the beginning, I was buying some of these upgrade materials because again, only having 2 entries once a week is pretty tough when you want to upgrade your weapons and your stigmata. But for the most part, you want to try and get at least 400 in the month to get this supply card. It is only 1 pull, but it's free. So that's the warehouse. Pretty easy to understand. It probably would be a good idea to just constantly request stuff and try and fulfill everyone's orders just to increase the overall funds of the Armada. Because you see, when I would give Padre 2 Ocean's Will, I don't have any, so I couldn't even if I wanted to, we would get 93 funds for the Armada. I would get 11 guild seals and 8,200 coins. So the more you request and the more requests get fulfilled, the more funds we will get and the faster we can upgrade. So with that being said, I am going to post something, even though I am trying to save my guild seals. Like, there isn't anything I really need, but just for the sake of it, let's go with Soul Crystal 3. It costs 5,006 guild seals. That's okay. We get guild seals from other places. And there you go. That's warehouse. Let's move on to request collection. This is also quite simple. As you can see, it's filled with Black Suns, unfortunately. Those are kind of hard to get since our Abyss just started here in the global server. As a master or vice leader, you can apply for 5 commissions every day. Members, I believe, can only apply for 1. Of course, the rarer the item, the more contribution and the more funds get thrown into the reward pool, which is here. So basically, your only responsibility here is to apply for a new commission, or up to 5 if you're a vice leader. Preferably not Black Suns yet, but I guess I don't know how it really works with members. Maybe they only have 1 choice, or it's just filled with only Black Suns. I have no idea. They do give 4 contribution, whereas something like a little learning chip only gives 1. But some other things like this Octavia B gives 7. And then you want to use all your remaining attempts. I'm not sure if this is more or less for members or such. I have 8 of them, use them already, and you want to definitely try and use those 8 attempts to donate whatever you are willing to spare. And then every day at 8 o'clock server time, the rewards are sent out. These rewards are going to be split randomly among everyone. So what you want to do is select the things you're most interested in. Of course, I'm going to select the supply card because, I mean, supply cards are awesome. I'm sure everyone's selecting that. Also, this 4-star upgrade material. This one wasn't here last time I did this, so I'm going to save that as well. I'm not interested in Battlestorm, so I'm not going for her fragments. Gold's also nice, but I have enough of this other upgrade material, so I'm not going to save it. And that's it for our quest collection. And next we have Boss Invasion. This starts every day at 7. Your only responsibility here is to attack it. It lasts for 2 hours every day. You have 5 entries, and each entry takes a little over a minute because of loading times and all that, so really no excuse not to do it. It's very quick. And then at the end of it, depending on how much you were able to kill it, you'll get more funds for the guild and some more, okay, well, they're called Ranger reputations. I'm going to call them Armada seals just because that's easier to understand, I think. And that's pretty much Boss Invasion. Really, just going in there, attacking between 7 and 9 server time. And finally, we have Matrix Explore, which is a whole different piece of content on its own, which would probably deserve its own guide, but I should just say that it is important to do this at least a bit every week, because as you can see here, like, no one's really doing this right now. Even I only have 500 points and I'm the top one, so, but it is quite important to do this every week because we have exploration rewards, and once we hit 5,000 we get the first reward, 8,000 for the second reward. It goes on like that, and this resets every week. So I'm going to start urging the guild members to do more Matrix Explorer, and I'm going to be doing more myself as well. It's kind of similar to like a roguelike game actually, because like you just go through floors killing enemies, and you can pick up power-ups, and those power-ups stay with you throughout your entire Matrix Explorer. It's actually pretty fun. So the central intelligence room, this big hub in the middle here, I guess this is mostly for the guildmaster and maybe the vice leaders as well. But up here you can see our collected funds and fame. We have 56,000 out of 90,000. And 40,000 out of 50,000. We could get the funds cap a little bit higher, but I don't really see the need to right now. Because we need 50,000 fame and 90,000 funds to upgrade it to level 3. And I guess we'll have that 50,000 fame before we have the 90,000 funds. And everything you upgrade costs funds. Fame is actually only used as a daily maintenance and to start like Boss Invasion. I think that's actually pretty much it. Well, also of course to upgrade the Armada. So to summarize real quick, warehouse is where you go to request things and give things. That's pretty much it. You can do this a total of 5 times per day. Request collection is similar, but instead of giving things to other people, you're kind of giving it to the whole guild. And all these items are basically sold to some third-party corporation or whatever, and in exchange you get funds for it. Your responsibility here is to apply for as many new commissions as you can and contribute 8 of your own items here in this list. Boss Invasion, attack it 5 times from 7 to 9, and Matrix Explore, do it at least a little bit per week, as much as you're comfortable doing, I guess. And that's pretty much it for your responsibilities. Now, on to the part where I'm going to ask you to join Crusaders. Yes, we are currently pretty much full. We have 1 space remaining at the moment, but probably this week, maybe early next week, we will be raising it to level 3. And as you can see, then we will have 9 communications instead of only 6. Which will mean we can hold 12 more members. We do have a minimum level requirement of 35. Depending on your situation, we might make an exception for as low as 30, but not lower than that, because below level 30 you can't even participate in boss invasions. The most important thing, even more important than level, is fulfilling all of the requirements I talked about in this video. If you like the game and put effort into it, it should be literally no problem. So if you would be interested in joining Crusaders, I'm going to be leaving a Discord link in the comments below. This will be our official Discord server, because the in-game chat really sucks. You can't even put more than a few words without it getting cut off. So you can see the dark side here is just trying to say one thing, and he has 5 lines of text. Joining Discord isn't a fully enforced requirement, but it is highly encouraged. I think it's better to have all members in one group, so when you have something important to say, you can say it to them there. But yeah, that'll do it for today's video. Make sure to tell me what you think about it in the comments down below. Leaving a like if you did happen to enjoy would also be greatly appreciated. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.